Hi everyone, so this video is going to be about a slightly different topic, and I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about Thinspiration. And before you get too worried, I'm not promoting it, I'm the furthest thing from promoting it, but I just wanted to talk about it because I was researching, I'm quite not with it today. I was researching some kind of different topics because I wanted to start doing some videos along these lines just to kind of jazz things up a little bit, and because I feel like they're really important, and if I've got the platform to kind of shed any light or knowledge on this, then I by all means want to do so. So I just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about it, and I'm not promoting in any way, shape or form. And if you think that by discussing it you're kind of giving it attention and that's negative, then please don't continue to watch if that's how you feel, because I think it's a very, very important subject, and the message behind it is very important, and I think it's very important. So I've said important like 20 million times now, but let's get to it. So basically, Thinspiration. What is Thinspiration? I have got Wikipedia open right now so I can kind of read it to you in its kind of medical term, if you want to put it that way. And it says pro-ana, which is something different obviously, often features Thinspiration or Thinspo, images or video montage of slim women, often celebrities, who may be anything from naturally slim, to emaciated with visibly protruding bones. Pro-ana bloggers, forum members and social networking groups likewise post Thinspiration photos to motivate each other and forward further weight loss. Then it just goes on to kind of tell you that, you know, they often feature fatty foods or overweight people to induce disgust. These websites exist and cause significant controversy between supporters and opponents of Thinspiration. It glorifies eating disorders, while some argue that the purpose is to raise awareness. Thinspiration clips are often found on websites. That's basically the concept behind it. It is used as a general term for you to kind of be inspired by someone being thin. Now, whereas I think a lot of us, if you're trying to lose weight or just trying to get in shape, you'll sometimes maybe Google an image of someone whose body you would like to have, like a Victoria's Secret model, for example, or Kim Kardashian or somebody like that. And you know that you're not really going to have a body like that. Everybody knows that, but it's just kind of fun, and it kind of gets you motivated to want to look good. That is one thing. But if you Google Thinspiration, and I'm not suggesting you all go and do so, but I did it just to kind of research for this video, and the images that will come up are really, really scary, because it is glorifying eating disorders. It's girls who are not healthy and are not happy, and I would much rather be looking at an image of someone who maybe was slightly overweight but looked happy than these kind of very morbid images of young girls who are causing pain to themselves and causing pain to the people in their lives as well by having such an important thing that's occupying their minds all the time, and that's all they want to do and all they want to focus on is being thin. So basically they take photos of their spines, rib cages, loads of just very, very disturbing images, and post them online and kind of egg each other on to look a certain way. And I know that a lot of people find it really, really disturbing, because it is a very, very disturbing part of our culture. But at the same time, a lot of people argue that, you know, they're just kind of sharing what they think looks nice, and some people are just naturally slim. And if you are naturally slim, then that is fine. If you have naturally got, you know, a protruding rib cage and you can see your spine, then that's just your body, and you should be totally fine with that and love it, and that's fantastic. But if you're starving yourself to make yourself look like that, and you're aspiring to look like that, then that is where something's not quite right. Because if you're aspiring to look like you're underweight and you're unhealthy, then you should be worried. And what upsets me the most is that there's so many young girls in there that are so impressionable, and it really worries me, because I've got younger sisters, and if I, you know, have children, it's something that is so present in today's world that I just find it absolutely terrifying. I find it terrifying that these kinds of things are out there at the click of a button, and it can be so soul destroying and so scary, especially to young girls, I think, that are like not pre-teens, but sort of 12 to 13, because they don't really understand what they're seeing. They don't understand what they're looking at. And I just think that it's going to cause so much psychological damage for you to have a look at these things. And I had a friend who, I'm sure she won't mind me mentioning this because she's fine now, but struggled with bulimia for quite some time, and we found out, and she used to go on these websites. She used to Google Thinspiration pictures, and she used to kind of go on the pro-ana websites, which are the pro-anorexia websites, but she used to do all that, and they have like all these tips on there, and they kind of do the classic things of, you know, nothing tastes as good as skinny feels, and all those kind of things that I think was originally said by Kate Moss or somebody, but they have all these kinds of images and sayings, and then like tips on how to kind of diet extremely and lose tons and tons of weight without being found out, and just loads of really scary stuff that goes on there. And I don't understand why these websites are allowed to be out there, why they're not allowed to just, you know, why they're allowed to put these things online available to the wider audience, because I think it's just so damaging, and there is nothing good that comes out of these websites. They're not raising awareness, and they are just really scary. And the whole concept of it is Thinspiration. It's like you're getting inspiration from being thin, from looking at thin photos. You're being inspired and you want to be like that. And I just think that it's so wrong wanting to achieve something like that, because at the end of the day you can't be anything other than what you are, and if you're making yourself miserable and if you're making yourself unhealthy in the process, then it isn't worth it. By no stretch of the imagination is it worth doing that to yourself and doing that to the people around you who care about you, because I can tell you that when my friend was suffering from it, it was really hard to just stand by and watch, because all you want to say to them is, there's nothing wrong with you, you're beautiful, there's nothing wrong with you, you're fine, and I just want you to be happy. But the thing is, it is in their head, it's not something that they can control, it's a psychological problem. A lot of the time, I think it kind of stems from childhood issues, and it stems from control issues around food and around all that kind of thing, but I won't go into that. Maybe if you want me to kind of talk a little bit more about it, I will in another video. But it's a very devastating situation to be in, because you really want to help that person and you can't. And I know that people sort of say, well, you should just worry about you if you're struggling with this kind of really bad body image, but at the same time I think you should also not be selfish and try and think about what you're doing to the people around you, because it really does hurt the people around you seeing you that miserable and that unhappy and that unhealthy. And that's what it is, it's just causing devastation for everybody. And if, you know, you kind of look at the odd picture of, like, you know, a supermodel and think, oh yeah, she's my Thinspiration, you're doing it jokingly, and I know that, and we all do that, but there is a huge difference between doing that and then doing something as serious as what some of these young girls are doing. And it really is a serious big issue that I think isn't talked about enough and isn't made to be as big a deal as it actually is. And it is a huge deal to me. It's something that, you know, like I said, if I ever have daughters, I wouldn't ever want them to be able to even find that kind of source of information out there, because it isn't healthy. And I think, you know, what you think is healthy and what I think is healthy might be totally different. And I know that I get comments from people sometimes saying to me that all you care about is being thin, you're not healthy. And to me, that couldn't be further from the truth. But if that's what you think, then obviously your ideal about it is a little bit different, and that's fine. But I wouldn't want anybody who I care about to get sucked into something like that and to kind of go on these websites and then aspire to be like that, and the kind of whole secretive thing that goes with it, I just think is really absolutely terrifying. And I wish that something could be done to get rid of it and to not let them look at it. And if you are somebody who is struggling with that kind of thing and you've got very bad body image and you're kind of spiraling into an eating disorder, the one thing that I can say to you, and you probably won't listen to me, you're probably watching this video and thinking, what does she know, you know, she is chubby anyway, and why should I listen to you? But deep down, part of you, a really small part of you, knows that it's not a good idea and that it's a problem. And the only thing that matters is for you to be happy and for you to be healthy. And being like that and putting yourself through that physically and mentally isn't healthy, and it's not going to make you happy in the long run, and it's going to damage you in more ways that you could possibly imagine. And you don't want that to be something that's happened to you in the past that you've had to get over, because it is scary and it's not necessary, and we're all just beautiful the way we are, and wanting to get healthy and to just, you know, lose a little bit of weight is fine if you genuinely need to, but wanting to look like you're starved to death like a child in Africa, for example, that was one of the things I saw on one of the websites. They said that they wish they looked like some of the starving African children. That isn't normal. It isn't normal to think that, and it isn't normal to feel like that. And I really strongly urge you to go and see somebody. And if you are someone that's struggling with that kind of thing, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a psychologist, I can't help you with it. But if you just want to tell somebody before you can go and tell someone like your parents or go and see somebody, then by all means inbox me. You can send me a private message on Facebook. All the links to my Facebook, Twitter and Instagram are linked below. And if you just want to kind of get out your system and tell somebody more objective first before you tell someone that's very close to you, then by all means do that. But I really want to warn you against it, and I want to warn everybody not to get sucked into it and not to go and look for it, because it is a very serious matter. But that's it for this video. I'm going to try and kind of do more body image related videos, maybe once a week, because I think that they're really important, and as much as I love the beauty stuff, I'd like to get that out there as well. So I'm going to try and do those maybe once a week. So if you've got any other topics and that kind of thing, definitely let me know. I am going to do one about body dysmorphia as well, because that's a really interesting topic too. But as I said, I'm going to try and get one done every week so we can kind of all talk about it, and I know that you guys really like these types of videos. So I really hope that you enjoyed this, and that it's kind of made, even if it's just made one person think about what they're doing, then that would mean everything to me. And I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you soon. Bye.